Hello everybody, my name is Elena. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm bringing you the first book haul of 2024. I did this video like right at the end of 2023 or maybe it was October. Doesn't matter. I did like at the end of 2023 kind of book haul. So, I thought this one was long overdue because I like to do these videos whenever I have like around 20 new books to show you. So, it's happened and now we need to talk about them because I love talking about books and I also love buying books. And it's just, it all works. For some reason, I've divided them into categories. You don't care. But in my head, it needed to be like this, even though all the other videos weren't. I don't know. The first category that I have is a bunch of manga that I bought. Firstly, I got Haikyuu Volume 30. I've watched all of Haikyuu and I've read all of Haikyuu, and I have written down the volumes that I want to own from that series because there's 45 of them, okay? Firstly, I don't have the space to own all 45 of them. Secondly, I don't love every single volume the same, and there is some that are like absolute favorites. This is one of them. This is volume 30. Please look at Tanaka on the cover. Yep, this is great. This has one of my favorite kind of like side storylines, I guess, in it. I love this volume, so I wanted to own it, and then I bought it. If you don't know what Haikyuu is about, it's a volleyball manga, and it's about this kid named Hinata, and he really wants to play volleyball, but he's quite short, and then one day he sees what is called the Little Giant on TV. It's this like short, really popular volleyball player. He's like one of the best in the world. He gets really inspired. He's like, I'm gonna go to the school that he went to. And then he has this rival called Kageyama, because they played this match in middle school, and then they end up playing on the same team in high school. And then it's about like this like found family, this like team dynamic, and them trying to get to nationals and playing volleyball and just having fun and being kids. It's so fun. I highly recommend this if you're into like sports anime and sports manga and stuff like that. This is really good. I love the pacing of it. I love all of the characters. It's near perfect in my eyes. This is also like the first anime that I ever watched like fully to the end, and I absolutely adored, because before then I thought like, oh, well, maybe I'm not someone who can watch anime or read manga. No. This is so good. And then I got into a new manga series. I think I already talked about this on my channel in my wrap-up, and that is Kaiju number 8 by Naoya Matsumoto. I have volume 2 and volume 3. They didn't have volume 1 because they never do. Literally any manga series that you want to read in my country, they don't have volume 1 because it's the one that sells out the most, because obviously you're going to read volume 1 before all the other ones. But I don't know why they don't just purchase a bigger amount of volume 1 than all the other ones. Listen, I don't know, okay? This is a side rant, but it always makes me mad when the first volume isn't there. Anyways, they had 2 and 3, so I bought them, and I loved them. They also have volume 4, but I don't actually love that volume as much, so I don't know if I'm gonna buy it, although I love the character that's on the cover. Listen, you don't care. I bought these. These are also really good. I don't know how to explain this series to you. I feel like if you like Attack on Titan for the whole protecting the people from something evil, if you like that aspect of Attack on Titan, and if you like the modern day setting of JJK, I feel like you'll like Kaiju number 8. I'm gonna read you the back of this because I don't actually know how to explain the series to you. With the highest kaiju emergencies in the world, Japan is no stranger to attack by deadly monsters. Enter the Japan Defense Force, a military organization tasked with the neutralization of kaiju. Kafka Hibino, the main character, a kaiju corpse cleanup man, has always dreamed of joining the force, but when he gets another shot at achieving his childhood dream, he undergoes an unexpected transformation. How can he fight kaiju now that he's become one himself? It's really good. I don't want to tell you anything after this because there's 10 volumes out, and this story is crazy. It's so fast-paced. It's so funny. I love it. Please go read it. Next are 3 books that I bought as used books on Awesome Books. I've recently gotten into Awesome Books. They're a pretty good website to buy from. I've had no problems so far, and they offer this thing where when you buy a new book, a book gets donated, which is awesome, and then you're obviously helping the environment by buying used books, and they're also a lot cheaper, and they always have like discounts for used books. Listen, this sounds like I'm being sponsored by them. I'm not. I would love to be, but I'm not. I just have bought 3 used books from them and I wanted to talk about them. First one is The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. I have all the other books. I love this series. I haven't read the 3rd and 4th book. This is the 4th one. But I really wanted to own this, and I always really annotate and really tab these books. So to me, it didn't matter if it was a new copy or not because I was gonna destroy it anyways. And it's not even like in that bad of a condition. Like there's probably been like a library sticker here and like the pages are a bit yellowed, but no spine is like cracked or anything. I mean, it looks fine on the inside. It's literally like, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Like some of the corners might be a bit dented, but I don't care. That doesn't bother me. So I got this, and for way cheaper because I've been eyeing this book for so long and then just didn't buy it. And then when I realized that it was like used and it was on sale, I was like, you're coming home with me. That was me, okay? So now I own this. If you don't know what this series is about, which I highly doubt because it's a very popular series and not a lot of people haven't read it, I am one of those, but I'm pretty sure everyone and their mother has probably read this series. It's kind of magical realism. The main character is called Blue. She comes from a family of witches where all the women are kind of witchy and stuff like that, and some can see the future and stuff like that. And she doesn't really have any powers. She's kind of just, what's it called? Like she magnifies other people's powers, but she doesn't have any of her own. And she has this prophecy that's been told to her since she was a little girl where when she kisses her one true love, he'll die. And then she meets these 4 boys, and it's like kind of found family, and they go on this little quest trying to find this like Raven King, and it's really cool. It's so fun. If you think you're gonna like magical realism with like, the books are really atmospheric, and it's a lot about like the characters and a bit less of the plot. If you think you're gonna like that, definitely go for it because I love this series. Like, I cannot wait to finish it. I just need to be in the mood for it. And then because I got into Percy Jackson and the Rick Riordan universe, I think it's called the Percyverse, actually. I bought the first 2 books in the, what's it called? The Heroes of Olympus. So the first one is The Lost Hero. Yeah. The Lost Hero. It was this cover. I like these covers, so I was gonna buy these ones, and they had a used copy of it. This one is a bit on the rougher side, but again, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like, I read these books on audiobook anyways, so I just really kind of wanted to own them. And then I have the second one, which is The Son of Neptune, but this is like the really, really old cover, and I really don't like this cover, but it's fine. This one does have a cracked spine, so you don't really know what kind of condition you're gonna get your books in, but like, you're buying a used book, it's like €3. I'm not complaining. I'm really happy with these, and the fact that I had to spend so little money to get them just makes it even better. Now I'm going to talk about these 4 books that don't really have a category plastered on them. So firstly, my bookstore was having another one of their clearance sales, and where they have like books for 50% off, or all the books are like the same price and they're like pretty cheap. So I got 2 books. This one is Tales of a Chinese Grandmother by Frances Carpenter. This is basically a collection of 30 Chinese folk tales. That sounds so incredibly fun to me. I cannot wait to read this book. I think I might start it this month, actually, and it's because it's supposed to be a children's book. There's like illustrations in it. I'm so excited. That is beautiful. I cannot wait to read this. I love like folk tales and stuff like that, and myths and legends. So this is gonna be really fun. Also, I adore this cover for some reason. I don't know why I'm obsessed with it so much, but like, I love this. So I have it, and I can't wait to read it. And like I said, I think I'll be reading it this month. So you might be seeing it in a wrap-up. I don't know. At least I'll start it this month, if not finish it. And because it's like short stories, I don't have to read it like back to back. I can just read one whenever I want. And then the other book that I bought at this clearance sale is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. But this is the complete work and a comprehensive study guide. It's the Dover Thrift Study Edition. I did not know they even had these editions. I don't think they even knew they had these editions. They were just somewhere in a pile. But yeah, I got this one, and look, it has Pride and Prejudice. Like, this is all the book, and then this is the comprehensive study guide. Do I need the study guide? No. But it was a lot cheaper than all the other versions that they have of Pride and Prejudice anyways, so I just snatched this. I don't know, the cover isn't that pretty. Like, it looks like a school book, but I don't care. I just really want to read the story. So, yeah, and also it's not like... That is actually pretty tiny. I was gonna say it's not offensively tiny, like the font, but it is kind of tiny. Doesn't matter. It's 262 pages, like, that's fine, I can do that. And also, if I don't understand something, the comprehensive study guide is right here, so I'll just be able to read that. But yes, I got this, and it's floppy. Bonus points for the flop, because now I won't have to crack the spine, and that is just beautiful. Those are the ones that I got from the clearance sale, and then while we're at the classics, I did also get The Little Prince. This one I didn't get from their clearance sale. This is just at my bookstore. I read this already. As you can see, there's tabs in it. I pretty, like, I don't know. I kind of liked it. It was fine. I just expected it to like it a bit more. And then these next two books I haven't read yet. The first one is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I was really contemplating whether or not I should get this book, and then I realized that Ali Hazelwood has a blurb on the cover, and it says, "I loved this book, funny, breathtakingly hopeful," by Ali Hazelwood, the author of The Love Hypothesis. And I was like, okay, yeah, if it's funny, if Ali says it's funny, I need to get it. And I'm super excited about it. It's also like, it feels matte. It's like that soft matte cover because it's the Berkeley edition. There's a different one as well. But that one's not floppy either, and this one is. So I can't wait to read this. I just kind of need to be in the mood for it. Yeah, I'm super excited. I don't actually know what this book is about fully. I think it's about this girl whose family owns a funeral home, and she is a ghostwriter for a really famous romance author, and her editor doesn't want to extend her deadline for something. And there's like a death in the family, and she has to go back to the funeral home and then ends up seeing her editor as a ghost there. I'm super excited. It is a romance, so I cannot wait to see how this progresses. Yeah, it sounds really fun. It's, again, magical realism, so that is something I'm kind of getting into. I've been getting into recently. And then Color Me Surprised, when I saw this book at my bookstore, there was literally only one of these. And I saw this like the third time that I was walking around the bookstore, so if anyone ever tells you what's the point of walking around the bookstore a bunch of times, it's because you always notice different things, like the different times that you go around. Like, I saw this on the third time. If I had only gone through the bookstore once or twice, I wouldn't have seen this, and then I wouldn't have bought it. And my bank account would have probably been happy about it, but I wouldn't have been, and I'm happy now, and that's all that matters. And that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I did not think I was ever gonna find this at my bookstore. I was just like, I'm gonna read it on my Kindle, and if I like the books, I'm gonna buy them or order them online. Well, they had it, so here it is, and I can't wait to read this. I'm just really not in the mood for fantasy right now, like, at all, so I have not started, nor will I be starting anytime soon, but I have it, and it's beautiful. I really adore this cover. I feel like it sets the vibe of the story up so well. Speaking of, I don't know what this book is about. Listen, I kind of do. Basically, there's like these tarot cards or magical cards that you need to collect in order to purge the world of like monsters or something, or this like dark whatever entity, I don't know. And apparently people that have this like dark entity in them were, I think, killed at some point, and our main character hasn't, and she's still living with it, so she wants to collect the cards in order to get rid of like that evil inside of her. And it is a romance, and it's a duology, and I probably butchered all of that, and that's probably not what it's about. However, if you want to know, you can look up the summary of this. This is all that I know about this book, and I'm really excited about it. I really want to read it. I just not right now, because I'm not in the mood for fantasy, like, at all. Like, all I want to do is read romance and then manga. Like, I will not be touching this, I feel like, for a while. And then speaking of romance, I have this giant pile of interconnected standalones that I need to talk about. The first one that we're going to talk about is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This is the first book in the Knock 'Em Out series. I already read this and I loved this. I give it 4.75 stars. Basically, Naomi, our main character, goes to this small town because her twin sister calls her in the middle of her wedding, by the way. So she's like a runaway bride, goes to this small town because her twin sister called, and Naomi's always been like the good twin sister, and her sister, I don't remember her name. Doesn't matter. Tina, yes. Her twin sister Tina has always been like a rebel, and she's always been like a pretty horrible person. And she comes to this small town to help her, and then ends up being like duped by her twin because Tina steals her car and everything. And now she's stuck in this small town. And also, she has a fucking niece apparently that she didn't know about. So now she has to take care of her child. Like, hello? Oh? Now she has to take care of like her sister's child that she didn't even know existed. And then she meets the grumpy guy. Because he mistakes her for Tina, and then he's a real dick to her right from the beginning. And then he realizes it's not Tina and it's Naomi, and he's like, oh, I fucked up. So then he gives her a job at his bar, and it's small town, it's Grumpy Sunshine, it's kind of single mom because she needs to take care of Waylay, which is her niece. It's lovely, okay? I did not think I was gonna like this book as much. I was prepared to kind of hate read this, but I loved it. It was so good. And because it was so good, obviously the next logical thing to do was buy the other two books of the series, and that is Things We Hide from the Light and Things We Left Behind. I just want to say, whoever approved the spines of this, jail time, I don't care. And I bought these like separately so the spines don't match. However, they now have the box set at my bookstore and the spines match. So this one is about Nox's brother and a character that shows up in the first book, and this one is about one of Naomi's friends, and also one of Nox's friends. And this one I feel like people were the most excited about because you can tell that there's something going on right from the first book, and they have like a little bit of history and you don't know why, and it's enemies to lovers. And this one is, oh wait, hold on, this one is Good Boy Bad Girl, and I think Things We Never Got Over was, yeah, Grumpy Sunshine, but also Bad Boy Good Girl kind of vibes. Yeah, I'm really excited to continue this series. I think it might also happen this month because, like I said, I'm really into romance currently, so you never know, okay? I might be reading this, you might be seeing them in a wrap-up. And then they had like a new stock at my bookstore, so they like got new books, and I picked up Mile High by Liz Tomford. I read this. I started reading it from like the physical book, and then I continued listening to the audiobook because I had other things to do. I love this book. I gave it 4.75 stars. I really liked it. I really liked the conversations in it. I think I actually talk about this book in a wrap-up. So if I do, I'm going to link it somewhere on the screen. And of course, then I needed to pick up the second book, which is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. To be quite honest with you, I only read Mile High because I wanted to get to this book, and I don't know if I'm going to read Caught Up. We'll see after I read this. They do have Caught Up at my bookstore, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm really excited about this one though because it's Ryan, which is the twin brother of Stevie, and people go batshit crazy for this book, and I'm really excited about it. I just don't really want to read it right now. I also really like Indy as well, which is the female main character. Again, I don't know what this book is about. I don't know the tropes. I think it's forced proximity because she needs to live in his apartment, I think. I love like a quiet, calm love, so I think I'll really like this book, and I'm really excited about reading it. And these next two books I bought after I already read them on my Kindle because I really loved them. First one is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Listen, I had already ordered this before I even started reading it on my Kindle, but whatever, we're gonna ignore that fact. I love this book. I adore it. I talked about it in my February wrap-up. I talked about it there. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, you can go watch that video. I loved this book. It's a love story between a werewolf and a vampire. I feel like I don't need to explain this to you because everyone is talking about it, and for good reason. Like, look at the tabs that are in this book. Clearly, I loved this book a normal amount. And then the other book that I had read on my Kindle and then ordered actually from a different site, and then it didn't arrive, and they gave me my money back, obviously, because I asked for it. They actually had it at my bookstore one day. It's Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I really like this book. I know a lot of people were disappointed by it because they were really like anticipating Beau's story. This is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. I really loved this. It perfectly met my expectations. I don't know. I gave it 4.75 stars. I'm so glad that I own it. Like, obviously, because I literally bought it when I saw it at the bookstore. Yeah, I'm super happy about this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't know what the Chestnut Spring series is about, it's basically like cowboys in this small town and their romances, and there's like bull riders and there's cowboys and people that like take care of the ranch and stuff. It's just really vibey, okay? If you like cowboy romances, definitely pick up one of Elsie Silver's books. I'm currently reading her other series, which is the Gold Rush Ranch series. Really good too. Like, I finished the first book yesterday and immediately started the second one, but that's not what this video is about. I picked this up because I really wanted to own it because I love it, and this book did not disappoint me, unlike a lot of people, actually. I'm glad that I really enjoyed this book. And the last books, or like the last pile of books that we're going to talk about, is ones that literally show up in every single book haul that I've ever done on this channel, because these books from this series are getting republished by a publishing house, so now they're cheaper. So now I'm pre-ordering all of them, and that is the Addicted Calloway Sister series by Kristen and Becca Ritchie. So the ones that have arrived in time of me filming this video is Fuel the Fire by Kristen and Becca Ritchie. This is the last book in Connor and Rose's story. And the next one is Long Way Down, which is the last book in the Reich and Daisy story. This one's also my favorite. If we're not counting the epilogue novel, this one is my favorite. I have, as of right now, ordered the last book, which is Some Kind of Perfect. That is the epilogue novel. That is my absolute favorite. But if we're not counting it, this one's it. So I have these. They usually go over there, but like the shelf is blank because I had to pull out all of these books, and now I'm gonna have to put them back in. Oh, I'm gonna have to put them all back in. I feel like I'm more so known about talking about the sequel series, which is the Leica series by Kristen and Becca Ritchie. And speaking of, right at New Year's, I wanted to treat myself. So I bought the second and third book in the Leica series, which is also the second and third book in Maximoff and Pharaoh's story, which, I mean, I sound like a broken record at this point, but they're my favorite book couple ever. They're my favorite characters ever. I adore their stories. So obviously I got Lovers Like Us and Alphas Like Us, and these covers are beautiful. These are the special editions, the illustrated covers. Listen, I've heard some shit from people about these covers not being good. I don't want to hear it, because I love these covers. I adore them. I think they're beautiful. I think they're stunning. I love all the details in them. Yeah, if you've read Addicted Calloway and you're not sure if you want to pick up the Leica series, please do, because it's phenomenal. And I also think all of them are now on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you should definitely be checking like these books out and this series out, because it is phenomenal. And if you've already read the Addicted Calloway Sister series, you're not scared of big series. So you'll be good to go. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this book haul. I love watching book hauls on YouTube personally, so I also love making them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you would like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.